Hi everybody, I'm back with another video. I'm going to try to keep this as short as possible, but I'm not going to surpass 10 minutes when it comes to this video, so bear with me, okay? For any of you who don't know, my name is Dominique Gibson. I am a self-published author of 5 books, 3 fiction books, 2 nonfiction books in a series. Versus book series is called Truth on SAT series. 3 books: Enormous Revenge, Enormous Fate, Enormous Allegiance. If you want to check me out on my profiles, you can. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Facebook. I'm basically just about everywhere nowadays. But that's not what I want to talk about. Again, you can check me out. This video that I am making is sort of similar to an announcement. And I got my notes right here. Ooh, notes. In order to talk about this huge decision when it comes to the writing world. For people that may not be interested in this video, because I am going to be talking about writing, you can skip past this video. It's not going to bother me either way. Either way, I should say. But people want to listen, great. So, with my notes, I have been thinking long and hard about this decision. This decision is not easy for me to make at all. For the past couple of years, I've been trying everything I possibly could in order to find something when it comes to why I think it would be a really good idea for me to do traditional publishing. Or the original goal was to be hybrid, to be a hybrid author. To be a hybrid author means that you would do both traditionally published work and indie published work. But, however, due to the recent events that have been happening when it comes to the traditional publishing space, I have officially decided that I need to make a decision moving forward on what I'm going to do when it comes to where I want to go when it comes to my publishing journey. And after the recent events when it came to a woman named Milla Ballard. For people that don't know what's going on, there's an author whose name is Milla Ballard, and she wrote a book called Shy Girl. That's the name of it. She wrote a book called Shy Girl, and it was originally indie published, but in somewhere in the process, a traditional publisher came to her and picked up her book and said that, they wanted a book deal with her. So she signed a book deal with them. They ended up, I guess, whenever you get a traditional publishing book deal, they rewrote the book or whatever. They tried to sell it or probably be sold, because I know it was somewhere in like the UK or something, sold as a traditionally published book. But now it has been taken down because of the fact that they claim that the author used generative AI in order to write the book. Okay. This for me is what determined my decision on me continuing to be self-published, meaning that I will no longer be pursuing traditional publication anymore. That reason that I just said was like the last reason. That was like the final one. But there were other reasons too. Last year, I found out not through this app, but it was through social media, another app or another social media platform, where I found out that there were best-selling authors getting on this social media platform talking about how awful the 6 and 7 figure book deals are. When publishers offer you the 6 and 7 figure book deal, they were complaining about how they had to go on all these tours, how, they have to work day and night, no sleep, in order to get the sales that they need to get in order to match the advance that the publisher has given them. And I was very shocked by this because on one hand, publishers have been glamorizing the fact that it's been a 6 and 7 figure book deal. They're making it seem like this is what everybody should want, right? The way that they present themselves is like it's something that everybody should want. However, considering the information that I have obtained last year, and these are some of like best-selling authors that are complaining about this, it made me realize that those 6 and 7 figure book deals that they've been flagging and glamorizing all this time, it's not worth it anymore. At least not to me. This is in no way, shape, or form to demoralize authors who still want to go in the traditional publishing space. More power to you. If that is your dream, I totally get it. Shoot for the stars. Go ahead. Me personally, it used to be back in the day when traditional publishing used to be the only option, that I was like that go-getter of like, yeah, let's get the traditional publishing book deal. However, I have also noticed that within the traditional publishing space, that they are purposely going after indie authors who are successful. They're coming to them with book deals that I'm not quite sure are either good or bad. I'm not quite sure, but they're going after these indie authors who already have this major success or whatever in the indie space, and they're taking them and they're going like, yeah, we can give you a deal, and I've heard that some of these deals were just whack. Some of them have rejected it and continue to independently publish, while others were like, okay, yeah, let's take the deal because I don't want to do everything myself, which is very understandable. But now we have entered the time where I'm hearing that everything is being done on your own anyway. Either whether you're in the indie space or whether you're traditionally published, the marketing, you still have to be responsible for the marketing. You still have to be responsible for your own book sales. You still have to be responsible for all these things, even if you're traditionally published or you're self-published. And I honestly think that in the future time, there will be a point where authors will be given the opportunity to be responsible for translations of their books across multiple countries. We haven't gotten there yet, but I have a funky feeling that if AI continues to grow and evolve, that AI will be the trendsetter of, hey, if you want your book translated, we can do that for you through AI. And a lot of authors might be tempted in order to do this because of the fact that they want to reach that massive audience. So that's a scary part. And so basically, just those 3 points alone is causing me to rethink my decision to pursue traditional publication. So that means that I will continue to be a self-published author. Will I still be able to, am I still going to market and promote my books? Yes. But I just think I'm not going to go the other route. I'm not going to become a hybrid author. I actually like being an indie published author right now. I get to control a lot of things right now that I normally wouldn't be able to control in a traditional publishing space. And I'm truly happy about it because that means that my books, I can actually physically have physical copies of my books even before I get, before it even becomes on sale. So like an example of this would be this right here, right? Okay, so this book right here is a physical copy of my book, but it's not nearly ready yet. It's just ready for, for me to edit it and stuff in book form. And I feel like that's way better than me going back into a computer and editing the work on a computer, which is what I'm in the process of doing now. But it's so much better when it's actually in print and in book form, so I can work through it better that way than doing it the old-fashioned way. So that's going to be it for this video because it's about to be 10 minutes. I will talk to you guys later on this topic. Bye.